Hello Sagittarius, this is Christina Del Rey with your forecast for 2022. Okay, so I want to start out with Venus in Capricorn going retrograde at the beginning of the year. And we start the year off with the retrograde. And for you, this is happening in a part of the sky that has to do with your values, how you make money, your self-esteem, your self-worth, any material things that you owe. So these are all things that are up for review right now. So Venus retrograde could be asking you, do I like the way I earn money? Is this the best way for me to earn money still? Do I want to change the way that I earn money? Do I value myself in the way that I earn money? Do my values align with my work in the way that I earn money? What really matters? And what can I build with it? It also reviews relationships as well. So whenever Venus is involved, we are reviewing our relationships and the goals in our relationships and what works and what does not work. But for you, for it being in this part of the chart, there is going to be a money focus here and creating and planning in this area. At the end of this transit, January 29th, we will probably see things very differently. But we also want to look at self-worth too. And you may have a boost in self-worth once this is over as well. Now, there's a few key dates that happen with Venus retrograde, and I think that that's going to be when Pluto meets Venus, or Venus meets Pluto in the sky. So something will have to be purged, something will have to change and transform. And the key dates there are December 11th, 2021, December 25th, 2021, and then you'll understand it a final time, March 4th, 2022. So it's likely it's likely whatever you have to purge about your self-worth, about the way that you make money, whatever has to change and transmute, that's going to happen by March 4th. Very key date there. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about the Mercury retrogrades. Mercury retrogrades mostly in the air signs this year, so very similar to this year. They are going to go back into the earth signs just a little bit. January 14th, Mercury is going to retrograde in Aquarius, a part of the chart for you that has to do with your thought process. It has to do with the way you communicate with siblings, cousins, neighbors, and any internet communication, but also thought processes, and also to how you like short-term traveling too. So there might be some bumps in the road with short-term travel. You might be rethinking how you think about things, what your philosophies are, and even like the skills you're learning too. You might be rethinking those or communicating about those. May 10th, Mercury retrograde in Gemini. So we're talking about relationships and how you communicate in relationships. So you're going to have to watch how you're communicating with both business partnerships and personal relationships as well. And it's going to retrograde a little bit into the 6th house as well. So that's going to be, your work. So do plan for, possibly some technology issues. September 9th, Mercury retrograde in Libra and Virgo. This is going to have to do with you reviewing friendships and groups that you belong to, and your hopes, wishes, and dreams as well. And we also have a late in the year, December 29th, Mercury retrogrades in Capricorn. So again, we have this area of the chart that has to do with values, the way you earn money, and self-esteem. We should talk about Mars retrograde. So Mars retrograde is semi-rare, and it happens October 30th. And it's going to happen in Gemini. So for you, this is your opposite sign. So it is an important part of the sky for you. Gemini rules your relationships. So you're going to have to think about your actions in relationships and the power that you have in relationships. This is business partnerships as well, but actions come up for review, and it's difficult to act when there's a Mars retrograde, but it becomes more internal, it becomes more strategic, and you have to look and see if your actions are giving you power. How are you communicating in your relationships, and what are the motivations behind your communications, and do you need to change those? Is there something that needs to be changed there? Okay. Yeah, like, summoning your internal power, and why you're doing that. Okay. And we want to talk about Jupiter and Pisces. So Jupiter will be in Pisces until May of 2022. And this happens in a part of the sky for you that has to do with your home. So sometimes Jupiter, when it goes into a part of the sky, it can bring some healing. So if you needed some healing in your home area or with your family, this is a really good energy for that. Jupiter and Pisces, I think this is going to be... if you were going to sell a home, this would be a good time to do it, because Jupiter there would bring blessings. It might expand the money that you would make there. This could be really good times with family too. It is on February 17th that it will make a sextile to Uranus, which is a very lucky combination. So any work that you do from home would be blessed. So if there's an opportunity to work from home, you want to do that, or expand your work at home environment, this would be an excellent time for that. Okay, and then Jupiter's going to move into Aries May 2022 to October 27th, and then it's going to go back into Pisces until December. But when it is in Aries, this is going to be an important time for you for relationships, and fun. This could be a time of increased fun. This could be when Jupiter transits the 5th, often good things happen to your children, or pregnancy can happen as well. So you might want to, take precautions if you don't want to expand your family. But Jupiter typically moving into the 5th house, a lot of times you do expand your family, and sometimes it doesn't even have to be a child. It could be a doggy or something, right? But that is a time of expansion. So, but that's good news. And we want to focus on the eclipses and the nodes. So the nodes are going to change signs January 19th. So the eclipses are going to be in both Scorpio and Taurus this year. So the eclipse dates, we have a solar eclipse April 30th. We have in Taurus, we have a lunar eclipse in May in Scorpio. We have a solar eclipse October 25th in Scorpio, and we have a lunar eclipse November 8th in Taurus. So this is going to trigger the 12th house and the 6th house for you. So the 6th house is your day-to-day environment, your work environment. And it is likely there is going to be shifts there. Now, for Sagittarius, the South Node in Scorpio being in your 12th house means karmic endings coming. It could be more subconscious just because it is 12th house. There could be endings in thought processes, in the way that your belief system. There could be karmic things playing out in the dream space. Your subconscious, like the 12th house is your subconscious, and there could be like thoughts that you held in, or beliefs that you've held in your subconscious that perhaps are no longer serving you. And the 12th house is also like the house of service or suffering. So anything that was not serving you and perhaps making you suffer needs to go. Okay, and so the North Node being in the 6th house means you're going to change your values. You're going to maybe set new goals for your work and your health. So these are very important things. Anything that you did to sabotage yourself too, that's going to come up under review, and it's going to have to be transmuted. It's going to have to be changed. So if you're sabotaging your health, if you're sabotaging your work day, if you're sabotaging with your thought process, all that's going to have to change with the nodes and the eclipses here. All right, Sagittarius, the good news is the eclipses are no longer in your sign. So you had some really important things happening this year with the eclipses being in your sign. So they have moved out. It's Scorpio and Taurus's turn. So while you're still affected, it's not quite as intense as the new beginnings and the endings that you felt for 2021. All right, let me know what is going on in the comments. Let me know how your eclipses were in 2020. Thanks, Sagittarius. Have a great year.